Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead again. Guys, we've got a situation here with our carrots. We've got hoops that we've been putting over them, but the problem we're running into is the carrots are outgrowing the height of the hoops. So we've had to come up with a new system. I believe this is going to be our best system yet to put over our stuff. As you notice, you can see it. The carrots are almost as tall as the hoops are here now. These things are over 12 inches tall. They're standing up here big, and it's kind of early for that. But we've had some really nice weather for growing carrots. Well, I've got a new system that I'm fixed to install. We're going to be using some 3/8 rebar that's 2 foot long. We bought 10-foot sticks of 1/2-inch pecks. We're going to be cutting them in half. And we're going to be using some PVC fittings and some row cover. So guys, I hope that this will help you with your raised beds, because it's definitely going to benefit us with our raised beds for frost protection, bug protection in the future. When I put these down, these are probably going to be permanent. I'm probably not going to be taking them up. Now I may take the pegs off of it to work the bed and the row cover, but I'm probably going to leave the rebar in the ground so that anytime I get ready to use it, I will have it. So first thing we're going to do, these are 16-foot beds. On the edges of these beds, I've marked every 4 foot. I'm going to drive the rebar in the ground at every one of those 4-foot marks. And I'm going to leave about 8 inches of it sticking above the dirt level of the bed, or above the edge of your form board, whichever one you want to do. We're going to be sliding the pecs over that with the PVC fittings on it. Just watch me and you'll see how it's done. And I think you're going to really enjoy these hoops. Okay guys, once we get the hoops over, we're going to be putting sections, 4-foot sections of 1/2-inch PVC in between the hoops. Now, first thing we've got to do is we've got to take up these hoops that's already here. This is a 3/4-inch PVC, and it's not working out. And that's okay for low growing stuff when you first get started, but we're looking for something that's permanent. So we're going to be getting these up first. And they're just basically, all these are, it's just pieces of PVC that's been bent and stuck in the ground. So we no longer need these. Okay guys, this is a T, a regular 1/2-inch PVC T. And then we're using the 1/2-inch PVC, I call it a cross. We're going to be using them. The T's goes on each end, the crosses go in the middle. Okay, we're up to the other carrot bed now. The problem we have here, we have the covers on the top of it. These was our strawberry bed. We converted it to a carrot bed, and these things are pretty deep. We were thinking that it would be maybe the frost damage would already be past or anything like that when we got ready to take these tops off. But guys, these carrots are rocking and rolling. Not going to wait. We're going to have to go ahead and take them off, because what's happening is the tops are growing through the wires, and if we let that continue to happen, when we pull the wire up, we're going to pull the carrots up with it. So we're going to go ahead and get these tops off of here and see if we can do it before we damage the carrots. All right, we've got our joints of pipe cut. Now guys, we're not going to glue these in. We're just going to stick them in, because in the event we want to take this thing back up, we don't want to have to be having everything glued together. I made that mistake on the one down yonder, and my whole top piece is just one long 16-foot piece that I have to worry about putting somewhere. This way I can disassemble this thing if I need to and be able to store it in a very small space. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to kind of get about middle ways. We're going to stick that, it sticks in there really easy. Alright guys, that's just how simple it is. And I know y'all seen me stepping in the bed, there's boards in the bed in there to divide the carrots and stuff, so I'm not ruining my bed. The main thing is just make sure you have these fairly close to the center, and there you have a framework system. I think it's going to last and it's going to do really well. We're going to be using what's called a floating row cover. This is by Acre. I really don't want to cut this. This is let's see how wide this is. Does this tell us how wide it is? This is 13 feet wide by 100 feet long. So probably more than likely what I'm going to do is double it so I don't have to cut it in the middle and loop it over it. And that way, if we ever want to reuse it again in the future, it's still 13 feet wide. So we're going to try to do that. We've got a very windy day today. Wish us luck because this stuff is really light. It's like wetting tool, and it will actually get away from you. So we're going to try to take our time. We're going to try to do this where we don't let it get away from us. Guys, we've got the floating row cover on there. They call it that for a reason, okay? When it's windy like it is today, you got to really stay with this stuff. We have it where we can open the ends up on it during the day when it's warm and let the air pass through it. That way it doesn't get too hot underneath it, because carrots are really a cool weather crop. Here in the deep south, they do better when it's cool than they do when it's hot. They will grow in the heat, but they just don't do as good as they do in the cooler temperatures. Now, we only put this on if it's for freezing temps. We put the strips down beside, that's my 8-foot tomato sticks. We just screw them down to the sides. A lot of people use sandbags. We're going to pull the ends down and lay some pieces of big wood on it for tonight, because temperatures are going to get down really cold tonight here. And guys, this is just our way of protecting what we have here at Deep South Homestead. It's a really quick, simple way to build row covers. It's very inexpensive. The PEX was like $3 and something a stick. We cut it in half because it was 10-foot sticks. There's 5 sticks down it. So actually we used 2.5 pieces of PEX. The rebar is $1 a stick. We use 10 rebar. So for less than 20 bucks with the PVC fittings and the PVC pipe on top, say $25, you've got a row cover and a hoop house, or whatever you want to call it, that will last for years to come. Now, you may have to replace the floating row cover occasionally if you let the wind tear it up, but at the end of every season, we just roll it back up and put it up, and we save it till next year. The netting we have, we've been using now for 2 years, and it's been good. It was our fault this year that the wind tore it up. It wasn't the netting's fault. One of the benefits to this type of system is when warm weather gets here, we can take all of this up. Hello everybody, this is Danny back. We have been about a week since we put these covers on here. Now I'm going to show you some footage while I'm working here to show you the difference that this row cover has made in just a week. We were astonished. Now this is the Kuroda Carrots. We're trying to cover them up because of the freeze. We didn't want any freeze happening to them or frost getting on them and biting the tops of them or anything like that. So we built these row covers out of the PEX tubing like you've seen. Well, we're a little late getting the video up, so a week has went by, and I come out here to do some work, and I noticed, uh-oh, we got to make some changes. Okay, we're going to roll this back, just out of the way, this over here. And friends, I'm going to show you what's happening underneath this row cover. Look at this. Look under there. This has created the perfect environment for the Kuroda carrots under there. They have grown up to the top that they're touching this floating row cover. So what we've got to do now is take the PEX back off and use longer PEX and make a higher tunnel. Wind's blowing in. Be careful we don't tear it all up. Look at that, guys. That is so awesome. Before long, I'm gonna have a high tunnel for my carrots. Alright, because this is such a high tunnel that we're having to make, I drove a piece of rebar down on each side right here, and I zip tied this PEX tubing to it. So this makes this more rigid so the wind can't just whip it around everywhere and try to destroy it. And plus at the top, to keep these from just sliding off, I was going to tape them, but I decided the tape is so hard to get off and it's just nasty to fool with. I went and got some zip ties, and I put a zip tie on each side of this so that maybe it won't move. And we'll do it on both ends, maybe one in the middle, and maybe that'll help to keep us from, this from getting away from us. Okay guys, we've got it up here. Never thought I'd have to build a high tunnel for carrots. Wanda and I checked them a while ago. They're anywhere between 12 and 16 inches tall. And the carrots aren't even as big as my finger, which means they've got a long way to go. And we're talking about harvesting in probably sometime in March. So unless something miraculous happens and they just grow extremely fast and really, get really big really quick, it'll take till March. And so with this high tunnel, they've got room to grow now. I don't know how big they're going to get. Just stay with us. We're going to keep showing you pictures along as we go. And you might be surprised how big these things get, because they may get to 2 feet or more. I don't know. If they do, it'll be the first time in my life I've ever grown a carrot that big. So we're going to see how it works out. So guys, stay with us here at Deep South Homestead. Subscribe to us. Check out our videos. We got videos on carrots. We got videos on just about anything garden that you can think of. Check it out. Go to our playlist. Go through it. Look. Go to our Etsy store. We got things for sale over on the Etsy store. Seeds and just plants of different kind we'll have up all during the spring and everything. And so just check us out there. And guys, 2020 starting off good here at Deep South Homestead. So thank you guys, Deep South Homestead.